Yo, what's going on, guys? Godrekton here, bringing you another VOD review. So, in this game, we're playing against a Teemo. Teemo, over the years, has always been, considered a very hard matchup for Renekton. Most people typically rate him, one of the hardest, in fact, along with Quinn, Vayne, Jace, those type of champions. But, in my honest opinion, I think Renekton typically beats Teemo. If anything, I think with the new runes from Season 8 onwards, the matchup has been so easy. And it all comes down to how you combo and, just play out the lane. In connection with runes, too. So, in this game, I'm running PTA, as always. I have my Tenacity Legend rune, and I have Unflinching in Second Wind. This setup alone gives you so much power. Champions that are often range do CC, like Kennen. Kennen and Teemo, top of my head, these are the matchups I take these runes, and I'm often always hard winning the lane. It saves me time to buy Merc Treads too, and in this game, it's very important that I don't really itemize for Teemo, but for the rest of the team instead. Going Tabby also helps a lot against Teemo as an item as well, because he's very auto attack based, as with everyone else, so it's just going to make a big factor being able to go Tabby instead of rushing those Merc Treads. So yeah, it's very important to pick out the right runes, so these alone make me not have to invest into Merc Treads, which is very huge for the lane itself. But yeah, to begin with, we ran to Tribush, just covering for my jungler. Jungler's watching over here. Gonna speed it up. Actually, while we're waiting, I guess I can talk about my item sort. You can go D-Shield, and I do recommend it for the average Renekton player. It's very helpful going D-Shield because you can basically survive any hard lane. Teemo isn't exactly hard for me, and I like having the additional sustain as well as the snowballing power that Longsword gives me. So, with all this, Teemo is not gonna really bully me out of lane. And I have a bit of backbone myself to assert dominance in the lane with the longsword. So it's a very good choice, in my opinion, to get that. So for the matchup too, Teemo took Grasp. Grasp is the hardest iteration of the lane. Having Grasp means he can do a lot of damage on his auto attacks, he can sustain a little bit. He also has access to bone plating. Taste of Blood. Actually, no, we went Ravenous Hunter, Cheap Shots. Okay. Yeah, this setup's a little bit annoying, but it's not hard by any means. Level 1, we take Q, we auto-Q the wave. We want to try and, minimize our poke, so we try and, play on the edges here, just out of his range. Try and use the bushes when we can, like this. I'll go in to Q the minions. Our game plan basically is to minimize damage and look for the level 2 trade that we want to get. I'll walk in there. A bit too, maybe it's a bit too cocky of me, but I'll go in there to try to trade damage. Try and also see, what he's working with. He had bone plating there. At the start of the game, I probably should have checked, his runes. It would have been a lot easier than having to just do that, but yeah. It helps us get Fury too. So we have 50 Fury now, and we're about to hit level 2. So that's when we start, dominating the lane, I want to say. So, we just EQ here. Auto E out. So, as you noticed there, I stayed longer after I was blinded to do more damage. And this is typically what you want to do. Because we took Tenacity and Runes, we also took Unflinching. That means we have a whole lot of Tenacity. We have 18% right now. Let's speed it up a little bit again. As of right now, I have 27 Tenacity. He blinds me. It wears out. I walk forward. Look for another auto. An E out. And just like that, I'm in a huge, advantage. I have 3 potions. He has 1. I'm close to level 3. My W alone will one-shot the Teemo. So right now, we're looking for the level 3. Once I get that, I can pretty much kill him. I don't even need to flash, honestly. Gotta look for another EQ, though, before I go for that. EQE, animation cancel combo. Allows me to do some damage and then exit out without taking too much damage. I also sustain from the empowered Q. And right now, Teemo has no potions. Teemo cannot do anything to me. I have full priority in the lane. We are against Viego, so he's going to start coming top lane. He did start red into blue. Probably looking towards top lane now. Go for the kill. Easy, just like that. Now I want to shove the lane in before Teemo comes back. You drop a ward. I didn't have to use a potion there, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to like try and fight it, but yeah, it's not really a good idea. It's very cocky of me if I tried to. So this would be very bad for me if he did try to like freeze the lane for Teemo. But because he took Ignite, it would take a lot longer too, and Viego would lose tempo out of having to wait here longer. Meaning Hecarim could like take more camps and do more on the map. Viego's kind of forced top lane to sit with the wave. And it's not really in his own interest to do that. He wants to look for a back now. Or actually, he's going to crab. He didn't even do the crab, it seems like. Yeah, he didn't do the crab. Anyways, I back with my duck and control ward. This is a lane where I can rush Prowler's Claw instead of Blair Rune King. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. Control ward helps out too. Give me permanent vision and Tribush. So with all things considered, things are looking pretty good right now. Now, as I'm walking back to lane, as I've told you guys many times, I'm always looking on the map. So I do see that there's a fight beginning in the river. I start pathing down. Try and get there before anything bad happens. Teemo cannot make it at all. He is forced to push, like slow push the wave in. If he abandons this, he's going to get no XP or gold. And if you're a top lane in this situation, it's probably always best just to stay here. Unless the fight was closer, which you could probably make, but he can't make it. Because I'm waiting for the wave to bounce towards my side, I'm just going to invest my time into going over here in case anything bad happens. But yeah, we've had the fight played out. I didn't end up having to go there, so everything was fine. It's always worth to make sure like your team's fine though. Like if things didn't go okay, I could probably make it and like get a kill myself. Maybe save the fight, but with a Hecarim and Katarina, they end up just going, you know, 2-0. No one was killed, fortunately. Let's turn the sound up in this game. So what do we do right now? We're going to try and keep the same game plan, take less damage, go for EQ trades. And when I'm on top of Teemo, I can look for a W, like an empowered W more so, and execute Teemo once again, which I try and look for here. Actually, it's not here, it's like the next part, I think. But yeah, now we have 50 Fury, so we can look for a pretty good fight. Waiting for my E. E is everything in this lane. What was he maxing? Was he maxing blind? No, he's maxing E. The thing with Teemo is, he does much better into Renekton if he maxes Q, but the problem then is like you have no auto attack damage. So it's a big sacrifice, and this is why Teemo struggles. Like his only way of victory is having a lesser cooldown on his Q, and a Q that obviously blinds for longer. But yeah, like he just can't really get that, so he's pretty fucked. Right now, I'm forcing a freeze. Hecarim could gank my lane, but I don't think he ends up doing that. But in these situations, I could tell my jungler, come top lane, and ping the map. So then he would start posturing around, come in, and then like he would gaze flash. But I kind of do it without Hecarim coming, because I'm usually a player that's very self-sufficient. Like, I'm often doing things for myself. So I go in, EQ, I walk with him, auto E. About to get the auto W off, but he flashes. That is fine. And just like that, Teemo has to back again. I could shove him for plantings. Teemo does end up staying though, if we do fast forward a little bit. I could dive this if I had my 50 Fury, and my E as well, but it ended up not going that way. So we just kind of chill out here. Trying to have the wave bounce again. Drop a ward down in the meantime, because I don't know where Viego is. Teemo starts backing. In this moment, we get a free plating. You know, very... as we should. I was wondering that Viego could be here. But I then kind of thought that maybe he's like close to the mid lane, so he's like doing wolf camp or something. Because maybe he started trying to walk here, but then he gave up and went to a camp. That was like my thought process at the time. So we get a play in, the wave's slow pushing towards our side, and like that, we're in a very huge advantage. Buy 2 longswords. So how can we lose this from here now, you might ask? So the only way I could probably lose in this situation is that I go for a really reckless dive and end up dying. Or maybe they get roamed on by a support and jungler. Those are like the only threats that I have at the moment that I need to like keep in my mind. And like how I can lose the game. But if I just play normally here, I end up just killing Teemo and denying him a CS. He has got an advantage over me due to him being a range matchup, and I did have to sacrifice a bit of minions to come mid lane. But it doesn't really matter too much because I do have a big gold and XP advantage. And like I said before, as long as I don't W his blind, I end up killing him like 10 out of 10 times when he has no flash. But to show that again, like how this all worked, first of all, I hit the cannon. I'm waiting for Teemo to like come closer to me. He starts walking forwards, I walk in, I go for an E on top of him. I EQ, cancel my Q animation with an auto attack. I E, he blinds me on the auto attack frame, so I E in. I waste a bit of the blind by using my E. And now I'm on top of him, I'm walking in front of him, so he has nowhere to go. I don't know why I'm taking too long here to attack, but it doesn't really matter. Auto W, drop the ignite, auto attack again. And like that, the kill is secured. That's kind of how you have to trade, so always look for that if you can. Viego's topside. My team, in retaliation, goes to the dragon. Or they should go dragon, but they're not going dragon, apparently. Okay, now they do. But yeah, in these moments as a top laner, if the jungler is here, you want to ping it on the map. So here I probably should have pinged it immediately, so my team could capitalize on the dragon. It took them a bit too long to do it because, yeah, like I don't think they noticed straight away that Viego was top until Ezreal started pinging the objective in Katarina. But yeah. Now we get to get some free platings. It's like Christmas for me. I create a slow push here by dragging the minion wave. This is something you guys should do. To create like an advantage for yourself in these moments, you could drag the wave to this bush, so like it's here. So by doing this, that means like the next wave, the reinforcement wave, when that comes here, it's gonna push faster to my side, so I have more room to like fight Teemo. I can freeze on him, I can get a gank. Like, there's so many things I could do with this minion wave right now. It just stops Teemo from doing anything. But in this game, I don't think I really look for those opportunities. Instead, I want to fight him, so I try and do the same strategy where I'm Eing into him and then like getting some kind of trade-off. Excuse me, I'm just yawning. Yeah, with the slow push too, there's a fight going on in River again, so I do roam down. Teemo is like invis, he can't really do much. Hasn't got the momentum to really just push out. My reinforcement wave's coming in, so it's going to take longer for Teemo to like shove this in and punish me. So with the wave being set up like this, I can just like easily go down to bot side, not bot side, to mid lane, to even get a kill. Teemo now realizes I'm out of lane. I'm already like halfway there. Team ends up getting the Viego kill. We chase Zed down. For some reason, I W here and have to blow it on the plant, which is very stupid of me. I don't recommend doing this if you have the thought that Zed could go over a wall, so yeah. Don't try and do this what I'm doing right now. Because one W would have just killed him here, instead of getting Catalina like early in kill range for him. Yeah, I run top lane. I did miss some minions, unfortunately. Not too many, but I would rather take helping my teammates as the player rather than going for the minions. Because if I could funnel my team ahead, like, the game's so much easier for me. Instead of, like, keeping my own lead, I want to try and spread it out. Try and keep our teammates, like, you know, in a very advantageous position. Because that's what it's all about with snowballing. Not only do you want to get fed, but you want your teammates to get ahead. So in these moments, like, I have nothing to lose by going mid lane and killing the Zed and Viego with Hecarim and Katarina. These are just some things you should all consider. So Teemo's mid right now. I would just want to shove in. Look for the shove. Teemo's still mid lane. Don't get the playing, unfortunately. But I do time it to the, like, a point where, like, I don't miss it out. I get the cannon there. My W. You guys are wondering. Don't miss the playing. Calculated. So we got Prowler's Claw now. Prowler's Claw just gives us, like, a free kill every time on Teemo, as long as I don't mess it up. But I do want to say that this game wasn't perfect, and you're going to see why. And this game isn't just about snowballing the Teemo matchup, but it is also about trying not to, like, make the same mistakes that I did make within the mid and late game. But so far, it has been a perfect lane near enough. Our farm could have been a little bit better, but I'm still 3-0 in a considered unfavorable matchup. Not by me, but by many Renekton players. So right now I'm just going to shove waves in. Like, I can perma-dive Teemo. I do have Ignite up, and that is what I'm looking for. I have a suspicion that Teemo could be around here in Viz. He wasn't in Viz, he just comes out of Fog of War. I wait for the blind, so if you are going to dive a Teemo, make sure he blinds first. And I say this a lot. In matchups like Jax, Fiora, Shen, wait till they use their main ability that counters you. Like if it's Fiora W, Jax E, Shen Taunt, Teemo blind, anything of that nature, let them use it first. So we let the blind go, I wait till it's off, I R Prowler's Claw, I W. Now, I will go over this, but let's let it play first. I died because I made a mechanical mistake. There's a few mechanical mistakes here. Firstly, I didn't get rid of the bone plating. Bone plating cancels out a lot of my damage. If I just like got his bone plating and then disengaged out, Teemo would not survive the second time I attempt to dive. And it doesn't hurt me having to wait like till the second like minion wave to come to like get the dive. So it was very greedy by me. And the next mechanical mistake I made was that I Prowler's Claw. I didn't auto attack. If I auto W'd here, Teemo was dead. I would not die. I unempowered W, which like loses out on like a lot of damage from me, and has to like burn out more time in killing the Teemo. If I like moved a bit like more forwards too, like I wouldn't take the tower shot, which would have saved me. So that's 3 mechanical mistakes I made in one play. And it doesn't backfire as hard because Teemo doesn't get the minions, but he still gets a big shutdown and XP comeback. So always make sure you're, you know, doing everything you can not to, like, give a free kill out. There was 3 misplays I made there that in another matchup would cost me greatly, to a point where maybe I'll even lose it. But because Teemo is an easier matchup, I'd say, like, it doesn't hurt me too much. But still, it's always, like, good to know what you did wrong in those moments. Made quite a lot of misplays there. I buy my plated steel caps now. I just get them so I have more moon speed to compete with Teemo's. I also get, like, less auto attack damage from him and everyone else in the game. The armor's nice, like. So we're in a pretty strong position. Now I'm going to show you guys what I should do properly on the next dive I perform. So first of all, we get the bone plating. Because bone plating's gone now, and I just chunked like just under 200, well, just over 200 health of Teemo's, I can go for a tower dive again. So we immediately want to crash the wave in, try and build up 50 Fury. Now I have 50 Fury. I have Prowler's Claw up, I have everything up. Shroom goes, Teemo comes out of vision. He blinds me again, I wait for it to go out. Prowler's on top of him. Auto attack W. EQ. And E out. We fix every mechanical mistake we made there. We get the bone plating. We get 50 Fury. We auto attack W. And in the moment, I knew the mistakes I made, so that's all I had to correct there. And just like that, you know, very good tower dive. I miss out a lot of health, which does suck for me. And in another game where Vago does come top lane, it could backfire, but I was very confident that I'd be fine here with Hecarim topside. So I just kind of like forced the play there. And Teemo had no flash, which was another thing I could abuse. And from killing Teemo there, we take the tower, dragon spawning. I could go for an EQ here, go for the recall, and then maybe look for like a mid play or something. Dragon was unfortunately taken there, which was the right play for their team. But we also get first tower, so gets me even more fed. I swapped the blue trinket here. In another game, I probably would go red trinket. If anything, I think red trinket's more viable here to take. Blue would be better if I was going bot now and like split pushing. But I ended up, yeah, like in these moments, I think red trinket was probably better, so I could deny vision and force some plays on mid lane. Excuse me, I'm pretty tired. So right now, 4 of us are mid lane, Teemo's mid, Zed's half health. We now commit to a tower dive. I know we can get this off because I have my ult up. I mean, I have everything up here. So Hecarim goes in. Force a tower dive on Teemo. We now look to take tower. My Prowler's Claw is still up here, so I can go for the Zed. Getting the Zed here means we can... I mean, I think we're gonna get mid tower either way, but getting the Zed kill here means we can go for tier 2 tower. We can get another person off the map. There's a lot of benefits to getting this kill, but I don't really execute it the best way, which you're about to see. So I E in here, pretty telegraphed, gives Zed some time to react. Have to move like even closer, start taking tower damage. Prowler's Claw, W, E out. I die for this. Probably wasn't worth it, because I do give gold to Viego, a champion that snowballs really hard. But we do kill the Rakan as well, and we take another tower. I couldn't even say worth it. Maybe it is worth to go for it. I don't know. I think it ends up being worth, but still. It's just one of them things you have to consider, like, in another game, is this worth me dying? Because Rakan ended up dying, we ended up getting another tower, so it ended up paying off in our favour. Teemo gets a gold reset. We do throw a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. I think we should have still backed away from here, which maybe I could have spam ping back. But yeah. Oops, let me fast forward a bit. So what's the plan right now? The plan this game is to try and like pick up many objectives as we can. Want to get those dragons, want to deny any camps we can get on the map. I'll find Renekton here, he disengages. So what should I do now? Ideally, I would like to split push bot lane, but Ezreal is just kind of staying there, he's very behind. Instead, I'm substituting for mid lane because she's going top, so I'm just kind of clearing mid lane waves till something arises. Trying to get that Blair Rune King. I think I'm pretty close now. So, I wanted to get red buff here, and I thought maybe Samira would start walking this way, where I could pick up a kill. But she ended up going this way instead, which kind of juked me. We give up the red buff here because I don't know where everyone else is on the map. Zed just disappeared. Viego was probably going towards red. And I make the safe commitment of not going for the kill. Before I back, I try to push the wave in. So I get gold for Blair Rune King. And maybe a control ward I buy. Maybe a longsword. We'll see. Yeah, I'll just buy control ward there with the bulk. Now we get bot lane to ourselves, which is very nice. Dragon's about to spawn soon. Got a blue trinket. Ideally, I could have put my control ward here, then my blue trinket in one of these bushes for the dragon fight we're about to have. But yeah, I don't think I really thought about it too much in the moment. So we start fighting over here. I don't react right away. I probably should have reacted. Like, if a fight is going off here, we want to be sure to like get over there as fast as we can. We are the most fed person on our team. And being in these like situations just ensures that we win the game. Yeah, we lose Katarina. Our team's at a disadvantage, so I do have to start walking here as fast as I can. Go for the fight now. I unfortunately don't get the fight I need here. My team doesn't follow up either, which was a bit strange. I don't know why no one really came up. I guess we'll just focus in the 0-4Z instead. Yeah, Renekton like lives on a sliver of health, which bites me in the ass here so much. It was really sad. Like, if you just watch that again, like for just so you guys can see. It would have been a pretty clean fight overall. I was hoping to get a quadra kill here, like WR, the Teemo. Viego, ignite him, go to the Renekton. He lives on 3 health. My ult didn't do enough damage, sadly. And I wasn't in range for the Q. Very sad moment. If I did kill the Renekton, I would have got Triumph and I could have killed the Samira. So, just one of them. Like, these unlucky plays can happen. We ended up winning the fight for our team. We get the dragon. Like, sometimes it's fine to make these commitments because they could pay off in another way. Like, had we not have like tried it in the first place. Like, if we didn't try for that, I don't think we would get dragon. And I don't think we get so many kills. So it's just kind of worth getting it. Ezreal also got a kill from the fight, which allowed him to get some gold. Yeah, it's a shame no one really followed me after that. Do we give a shutdown in this event? I don't think we do. Do we? I don't think it really tells us. So from that back, I bought a Caulfield. My team's doing Rift Herald now. When your team is cross-map like this, we want to make sure we can like shove in the wave as much as we can bot, so we can draw pressure. So that is on my mind at the moment. Now, I do something a little bit silly here. I kind of thought Zed would keep split pushing bot lane, so I put a control ward here as bait for him to kill. But he ends up just recalling from this, which... How much gold does he have? Oh god, I just messed everything up. Whoops. It's a little bit weird. I thought you'd overstay here and get like more minions, but he just ends up backing. If it was me, I would greed for this. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, the bait doesn't work. I end up just pushing the wave out because again, that's what I wanted to originally do. I fumbled the kill here so bad, actually. I end up dying. Pick up a kill though. Teemo leaves the game apparently. But to watch this again, how did I fuck up here, you might ask? I probably shouldn't swear on YouTube because of all the guideline stuff, but I just realized I said something. But yeah, who cares, I guess. Anyways, so pretty idiotic of me. I didn't respect the fact that no one's in vision. In another game, 5 people could be here. And I just walk into them and die. But yeah. In this case, it's only Viego. I probably should Prowler's Claw instantly here. For the one shot. I end up Prowler's Clawing after my ult. Which kind of messed up my repositioning. And my E. I also didn't get the Q because of that as well, which was very unfortunate. But yeah. Made a misplay. Happens. While it does look like a stomp, it wasn't a perfect game by any means, and that's kind of the moral of this game, like just playing, like how to play the Teemo matchup, and also just kind of going over my mistakes because it wasn't really a good game from me when it came to mid and late game. I mean, in retrospect, I got unlucky with the like fight over here, but my other deaths were pretty like int, so we can like establish that. So what should we do right now? So we got bot tower, Baron is available. We could just like force Baron if we wanted to, but we end up getting a kill on Zed. I think we then just like look for camps, take them. Taking tower, my team's fighting. I start walking over here just in case because Kane's pretty strong, not Kane. Viego is pretty strong. So I'll just try and make it over here just in case if anything happens. Then I realise that Viego's dead. Kill Teemo bot side. We're taking tower. And I think we look to end the game here now. Yeah, the game's like over from this point. So I make it here. Murder the Teemo. Yeah, the game's just over now from this point. I think they just kind of gave up. But yeah, that was the Teemo matchup. And again, while it kind of was a stomp, I'm kind of like having these games at the moment where it's either a stomp or it's like be stomped. And I'm not really playing bad in my games, but this certainly was a game where I definitely could have played better with what I created for myself. But yeah, I kind of thought that it's probably maybe a good idea to make a video on the Teemo matchup. And considering that I played against him today, I thought, you know, why not? Teemo got a buff. People are probably going to play him thinking, oh, Teemo's going to counter Renekton because he blinds his W. But little do they know, Renekton just hard destroys Teemo. So yeah, that's kind of the game. Made some mistakes. Hopefully I covered them all in enough detail as well as the matchup. Overall though, pretty easy matchup. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the commentary. I will try and like find an even game and commentate over it, but at the moment I'm not really having success with that, unfortunately, because the games that I do get, they're like not really worth reviewing. This game was a bit closer at the start to like mid game, and then like we kind of just won the 20 minutes. So yeah, at the moment I just want to try and get content on my channel, so hopefully it's good enough for you guys. So yeah, that is the review. Thank you all for watching, and peace out. Have a good one.